you are capable of winning races. But you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Welcome back on a Monday evening. It's time for the lightning portion of Monday Night Thunder. We had the Thunder with the big blocks in the first show. The lightning comes with the sprint cars. Midwest Barbecue Equipment 360 wing sprint cars tonight from Lernerville in show number 2. Right here live, the Dirt Racing Network, the Digital Sim Sports Network. 31 drivers have checked in for the action tonight. Make it 32 as somebody else slips through the gate just under the wire. Most of the drivers in their drivers meeting right now, getting ready for tonight's racing action. We should have at least 4 heats, couple of B mains. We'll whittle the field down to 22 cars, 30 laps. Round number 7 for these drivers. Only 2 or 3 rounds left in the 360s. So only 2 or 3 rounds left in the 410s. I think there's only 2 rounds left in the 410s, actually. And one of those is a big special event on the 23rd. 3 weeks. 2 weeks from tonight. Let's see, tonight's the 9th. Yeah, the 9th, the 16th, the 23rd. 2 weeks from tonight. We'll have the big 41 lapper at Knoxville. A couple of special guests should be on the show with us right now. Bob Baker, Executive Director of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, is scheduled to join us in the pre-race show, along with a living legend in the sprint car community. He was inducted into a special group up there at the Hall of Fame a couple of years ago. I was in attendance for that. Had no idea. Neither did he, because it was an absolute surprise that he was inducted up there into one of their very special groups of people. Champagne Shane Carson will be on the broadcast with us. Right now, we're going to wrap up the drivers' meeting here momentarily. That means I hear engines firing again, so we are just about ready to get this thing kicked off and going. You'll have 8 lap heat races. Top 4 from each one of those. Move on to the feature. Everybody else is going to a jumbled mess of B main and second B main, and we'll fill in the field from there. But looks like group number 1 is ready. And they are going to start gridding out. This is what it looks like. Look at that guy. He is going to get some love tonight because he's going to actually have a very good draw. For the first heat race, the 90 of Trevor Royer will have the pole, and the 54 of Matt Westfall, the Flying Buckeye, will be on his outside. Dean Reynolds in the 79, row 2 to the inside next to. Multi-time winner already in the series, the 24 of Tanner Pettit. Your reigning king of the wing, Bowen Smith, row 3 to the inside next to the Tiny Dancer, Scott King in the 118. Then Chris Lebeski in the 21, one of about 4 21s that will be here tonight. He starts inside row number 4, and he'll have Bruce Jones on his outside. 4 heat races, 8 cars apiece. Half the field will lock in. So we'll get 16. We'll be looking for the final 6. From the 2B mains. Last couple of cars rolling off and rolling by. There goes Dean Reynolds right there. Reynolds tonight sporting the 17. Or I'm sorry, that's Bruce Jones. Dean Reynolds had rolled by a second ago. He's always in the 79. There we go. That's that Byron car. He loves his throwbacks. And we love them as well. A little Blaney homage here tonight at Lernerville Speedway. Hello, Deb. Happy anniversary. I heard through the grapevine. A tiny dancer told me that it is your anniversary, so happy anniversary. How many years? Please tell. All right, green flag coming out this time. Out of turn number 4. For the first time in a long time, Trevor Royer starting on the front row of a heat race, and we're underway. Whew. Excuse me right there. 3 wide behind. Westfall was out of shape. He almost took the car up off the track down the back stretch. He is going to go from outside the front row to way back at about 5th or 6th here. When we crossed the stripe the first time, Scott King on the short end of the contact with Sebeski there. 52 years, my gosh. I thought I was doing good at 30. Woo! Congrats, congrats, congrats. Royer out front, hanging on. Pettit giving chase. It's only about 0.3 of a second. Then Dean Reynolds is right there, third in the running order, in the final transfer spot for the time being. The 0-1-2. Bowen Smith, he's got that on lock now. He's got a pretty good gap back to Sebeski. Sebeski started about 7th in this thing. He's up here in 5th, trying to get to 4th. He's only going to have about 3 laps remaining to do so. Bruce Jones, Matt Westfall, and then Tiny Dance for himself way back here at the back, trying to make a run at Westfall. But right now, we're coming around. We're going to have a battle for the lead here coming out of turn number 4 because Pettit is now to the push bar on the back of the 90. Trevor Royer, and I know Royer knows he's there. Pettit, big slider, low, long into 3 and 4. Easy crossover at the white flag. Now, can Royer cover that line, getting down here into 3 and 4 this time? Will he even try? No, he goes right in the middle. Pettit goes for it again. He's not going to get there. Royer wins the heat. Pettit, Reynolds, and Smith take the 4 transfer spots. Jones, King, Westfall, and Sebeski rounding things out. We'll see those 4 guys in one of our B mains here shortly. Oh, that's not going to work at all. Well, let's get this look here. Whew. That was hurting my eyes. Heat 2, we'll line them up. King Whiskers, Ernie Williams, the 91 on the pole. Next to him, quickest man in the pre-race practice session, the hot lap session, Johnny Anderson. Matt Grimm, the 91, row 2 to the inside next to Jesse Bandy. Jesse Bandy making a rare appearance here, the 49. Then the 10 of Ross Carrenta in row number 3, and he'll have Gavin Chatham in one of our numerous 24 cars on his outside. And your final row for the second heat, Joseph Grandy, the 5'8 team. And there's Tom Ostendorf making his appearance. Missed the big block race earlier, but the 32 car in attendance for tonight's sprint car festivities. Chatham maybe in the 99. We need to get his car number changed. It says 124, but he's in the 99. The Black Diamond Motorsports guys having good luck at the pill draw this evening. 2 heats so far. 2 of them on the pole. I know there's at least 1 more that I saw in here. Maybe 2. I think I saw Ryan Scheidt's name, and I know I saw Alex Shazinski. So we'll see if they go 4 for 4. Four more direct transfer spots up for grabs. Four more slots in the 2B mains will be filled in as well at the end of this one. The green flag in the air. Heat number 2 underway. In the 1 and 2, this 107, the 17 on the side of the car. I think the O is in between those numbers. Anderson, man, he made a move down in 2 out of 3 and 4. He'll have the lead. Williams giving chase. He'll go to the top side. Not going to get any closer. In fact, loses about 3 car lengths. Grimm is in 3rd, but Carrenta in that 10 car. trying to make a run to put himself in a little more comfortable position. Williams went for the lead. He got it for a moment. Anderson will fight back on the high side. Got to watch that right rear right up against the cushion, because I'll tell you what, if you slip over, you're in a lot of trouble at either end of the track. No outside fence, and it's a sheer drop-off. Williams now to the point. Anderson, Carenta, and Grimm, the top four. They're pretty tight together. Jesse Bandy back here in the fifth spot. Needs to make up about a dozen car lengths to get in the fight. Chatham right behind him, then Ostendorf and Grandy in behind that. Williams. Carenta went for the slider, and I thought he had it for a moment. Not this time. Catches the berm down in 3 and 4. He's going to get a little punt in the pants for that. Jesse Bandy now going to slide up to the third spot. Grimm to fourth. Here comes Chatham. Johnny Anderson was the car that got into the back of Carenta down there, and he falls all the way back into the sixth position. White flag is out. Can Williams hang on? He's got 2 more corners to get the 91 home. And he's going to do it. Heat 2. Ernie Williams, Ross Carenta, Matt Grimm, and Jesse Bandy taking our transfer spots. Chatham, Anderson, Grandy, and Ostendorf will be in one of the 2 B mains coming up here in just a few minutes. So our heat number 3, staging up here at the end of pit road, the 39 of Patrick Spangler on the pole next to returning driver. Hadn't been here in a while, but he does have a DSRL start to his credit, a handful. Matt Croakey in the 02. Garrett Boyd, the 21 G-body back there in row number 2, next to Doc Watson in the 66. Then Rick Main, the 187 inside row number 3. And he'll have another newcomer to the series in the 21. That's Blake Carrick. Jake Boxell, the 44, and Wade Fields. Wade Fields returning after a long hiatus from DSRL competition. He'll bring the 1 car back into racing action, and he'll start 8th in heat number 3. There is the 1F. Unsponsored machine. Seen plenty of those at the racetrack. The 187, that's a different paint scheme on that 187 tonight. That car is normally red. Tonight it is a duller shade of, let's call it gold. It looks good though. Garrett Boyd and Doc Watson, the 6W. And then Croakey. He's been in that purple car for a minute. Everybody should recognize that number 39, it is always here, and it is always a brightly colored machine. We are ready to get after it. 8 more laps in heat number 3. Out of turn 4, Patrick Spangler. Green flag. He held him up till the flag man showed him that green handkerchief. Croakey around the top side of Boyd, takes second. Boyd sits third. Main in a battle for fourth. He's got Carrick in the 21 trying to work to the high side. 2 21s back to back. Right now, Spangler and Croakey are 1-2. Croakey with a little slip. Lets Rick Main get alongside. Now it's a battle for second and third. Bubble boy is Garrett Boyd, and he may not be able to hang on to the bubble for very long. Here comes Blake Carrick. Carrick goes by and grabs that 4 spot. It is a 4-car battle at the front. Main now surges out to the point at the halfway mark. Spangler still second. Now Spangler falling back. Carrick tried to get around right there. He was able to hang on to it. 2 to go. Rick Main. Blake Carrick, Patrick Spangler, Matt Croakey, and those four are broken away from Boxell and company. It is a 4-car race. White flag out this time. Rick Main on his way to a heat race win here. He'll punch his ticket to the A main directly. So will Blake Carrick. It looks like Matt Croakey and then Patrick Spangler take the final 2 spots in the direct transfers. Boxell, Fields, Boyd, and Watson have to work their way out of one of our 2 B mains. One more heat race before we move on. And we're only going to end up with 7 electrical problems for the 73 of Larry Moody once again. And he is going to miss all the racing action here in session number 2. But it's going to be the 33 of Ashton Mueller on the pole with Noah Bowman in one of our 212-24 cars in the field on his outside. Ryan Avila, newcomer, in the 49, row 2 to the inside next to the Kiwi Conqueror. He drives the 7-car Craig Silby. And then the 23 of Alex Szynski and the 14 of Dylan Berg in row number 3. And on the back, fast man, Kenny Hoffman. He'll have that whole back row to himself. Four more spots up for grab. That'll lock in 16. We only take 22 to the feature. So that will get 3 cars out of each of the B mains tonight. Send 9 drivers. It's actually 10, but it's really technically going to be 9 drivers to the showers after our B mains. Final heat race of the night right here. Good time. Our 2B mains will kick off right after this. And they are each 12 laps. Should have about 8 cars scheduled to be in each one. All right. Time to go green for the final heat. Out of turn number 4, Mueller and Bowman. Mueller gets a good jump. He'll have the point all to himself. Avila and Bowman side by side. Somebody's out the side door. That's Alex Szynski. Szynski went right out the side door over in turn number 2. He's going to have to work through a B main tonight. Looking at that 4th spot, Silby, that unsponsored number 7 car. Trying to hang on and make a direct transfer to the feature. Right in front of Berg and Hoffman, and Kenny Hoffman working the high side now. Off of turn 4, trying to get around Berg. He needs a big run to catch up to the 7 car. 4 to go. Avila, Mueller, Bowman, and Silby got company. Got a kick in the right rear corner for his trouble, trying to cover the line. Slowed Hoffman up momentarily. See the front bumper on the 1 car. Bent just a little. Let's go back to the front because Avila is going to have company. Mueller trying to get the point back. 2 to go that time. Bowman's still 3rd. Silby is still 4th, but Hoffman is reeling him in once again. White flag coming out this time. Ryan Avila in his first start. Going to win his heat, punch his ticket to the A main. Mueller, Bowman, and Silby will go with him. Hoffman, Berg, and Szynski. Going to have some work to do. They got to come out of B mains this evening. So we're going to get our first B main out here already, ready to go. It'll be Bruce Jones, the 17, Jake Boxell, the 44 in row 1, Scott King, the 118, Wade Fields in the 1F in row 2, 54 of Westfall, the 21 of Boyd in row 3, and Sobeski in the 21. We'll start on the back. 3 cars will transfer. Everybody else will be done for the evening. We'll go 12 times around to determine those 3 spots. That'll be the inside of rows 9, 10, and 11 for tonight's 30-lap A main. A lot of work going on back there. All those guys out on the racetrack right now. All right, green this time. Jones and Boxell on the throttle. Green flags in the air. B main number 1 underway. Scott King up to 3rd quickly, but he's going to have company. Wade Fields on the outside. Here comes Garrett Boyd. Boyd was having a good run in his heat. Started to fall back. And they may not have gotten that car straightened out. It's 3 wide at the front. Boxell, Jones, and King all going for the lead. Contact between the 2 outside cars, Jones and Boxell. And Boxell gets the short end of the stick there. But Tiny Dancer to the point. Here comes Sobeski. Big run down on the bottom. Almost slid across the nose of Bruce Jones right there. For the 2nd spot. We're 3 laps in. You can tell that it is time for eliminations to start happening. These guys are racing hard, racing tight. It's not a non-contact sport, I can tell you that right now. Ooh, big slide from Boxell. He almost got into Jones. Jones is the bubble boy, the 17 car. He's got that 3rd and final transfer spot right now. He'll be the first car everybody's gunning for. Scott King out in front trying to hold off Chris Sobeski. Bruce Jones comfortably in 3rd right now. He's got a pretty good gap. It's about 0.6 of a second. Back to Jake Boxell. Wade Fields in that 5th spot. He is about 1.5 seconds off the lead. Now Sobeski's going to start going to the top. He's going to use the momentum running around the top of the speedway to take the lead away from Scott King. Those 2 still inching away from Bruce Jones. We're already down to 4 to go. Boxell and Fields battling for 4th. They need to be trying to catch up here. They're about 1 second behind. Bruce Jones is comfortably into that 3rd spot. He's reeling in Scott King. Two laps remaining, B main number 1. And now Jake Boxell starting to wind it up on the top side. See if he can make a last lap, last ditch effort to take that final transfer spot away from Bruce Jones, and he's close. White flag coming at this time. It's about 6 car lengths. Now it's down to about 4 car lengths. One more time through 3 and 4. Sobeski's in the A main. King is in the A main. Jones hangs on in front of Boxell. Boxell, Fields, Boyd, and Westfall packing them up. They are done for the evening. We're going to have some extracurriculars between drivers. So, 3 tickets punched, 3 tickets left to punch. And our final B main of the evening, we'll see Gavin Chatham, the 99, and Kenny Hoffman in the 1 car on the front row. Johnny Anderson, the 107, Dylan Berg, the 14 in row 2, Joseph Grandy, Alex Shazinski, the 518 and 23 in row number 3. And our 4th row, Tom Ostendorf, the 32, and Doc Watson in the 6W. All right, 12 more laps, only 3 spots available. It has been a really good night of racing so far. Eight cars for 3 spots, 12 times around. Final chance to make it into tonight's 30-lap A-Main right here. Coming out of 4, Chatham and Hoffman. About to get us going. Green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
Little bump right there. Chatham and Hoffman, that opens things up for Anderson. He goes right to the point. I don't think Chatham's going to let him keep it. Shazinski, problems in his heat race right out of the box. Started 6th in this B main. He's up to 4th. He needs 1 more spot if he's going to punch a ticket into tonight's feature. Top 4 once again, under a blanket, just like the last one. Hoffman goes for the big slider in 3 and 4, and he goes 3-1 right there. Took the lead and gives it right back to Gavin Chatham. Now second, Shazinski around the high side, gets around Anderson, put him in the bubble spot. Hoffman to the point, Chatham still second, Shazinski third, Anderson fourth, Watson, Ostendorf, Grandy, and Berg. Took the 14 car to the pits. His night finishes. We're not going to leave this battle right here. Johnny Anderson back to 3rd that time at the line. Shazinski trying to get into the A main. Hoffman's out front. Chatham holding on to 2nd. Right now the battle's going to be for the final transfer spot, and Anderson looks to be inching away at the halfway point from Alec. Shazinski problems up on the top, got the right rear up in the fluffy stuff. He slowed way down. Here comes Grandy, here comes Watson. That's going to do it. Shazinski, something might have broke on that car, and he took it right out, straight to the pits off turn number 3. Hoffman coming around, 3 to go. Chatham and Anderson, your top 3. It looks like if they can keep them pointing forward, they're going to race tonight. 30 laps for the feature. No mistakes for 2 more laps. White flag coming out. Hoffman, Chatham, and Anderson way in front. Grandy is a 1.5 second, making 1.7 seconds behind. The final 3 spots for tonight's 30-lap A-Main going to go to Kenny Hoffman, Johnny Anderson, and Gavin Chatham. Johnny Anderson, last lap, last corner pass to move up 1 spot. Grandy, Watson, Ostendorf, Straczynski, and Berg finished for the evening. Our 22-car field is set. We'll see how long the admins give them before they kick off tonight's big feature race. Guys, real quickly, if you're over on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, like, share, and follow. You'll know every time we go live. Remind everybody about tomorrow night. Epic Racing Association, their season finale. AMP grading and excavating late model stock cars. I think they're at New Smyrna Speedway to finish things off this season. See if Dylan Connor can come away with another championship in that series. See how long the boys are going to give them. Just waiting for the message to come through. Maybe having a quick driver's meeting. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. All right, it's about that time. Track looks perfect. We're going to see some guys up on the high line. We're going to see some guys down at the bottom. They got to be careful. There is no outside wall except for the front stretch. Got to be extra careful. It is officially time for tonight's 30-lap A main. This is how we'll line them up. It is going to be the 90, multi-time champion of the series, Trevor Royer on the pole, and his teammate, Ernie Williams. The 91 will start on his outside. Rick Mayne, the 187, Ryan Avila. All heat race winners in those front two rows. Then Tanner Pettit, the 24, Ross Carinta, the 10 in row number 3. Row 4, Blake Carrick. Starting inside the top 10 in his very first DSRL Midwest Barbecue Equipment 360 feature. And he'll have Ashton Mealer in the 3 on his outside. Dean Reynolds, the 79, and Matt Grimm, the 91, make up row number 5. Matt Croakey in the 02, and Noah Bowman in the 24 in row number 6. Bowen Smith, your current king of the wing, defending champion. He starts a row 7 inside next to Jesse Bandy in the other 49 car. Then the 39 of Patrick Spangler and the 7 of the Kiwi Conqueror, Craig Silby in row number 8. Chris Sebeski in the 21 and Matt Hoffman in the 1. Make up row number 9. Those two winners of B mains tonight. Everybody else in this field from the B mains, the 118 of Tiny Dancer Scott King and the 107 of Johnny Anderson in row 10. And your final row for the 30-lap A main tonight, round number 7. The 360 winged sprinters, the 17 of Bruce Jones, and the 99 of Gavin Chatham. Hello, Kevin Spalding. "30 times around under the green flag." Had 32 drivers check in. 22 of them are in this feature. It's time for the Thunder and the Lightning. Midwest Barbecue and Equipment 360 wing sprint cars. Monday Night Thunder for the Dirt Slingers underway. Royer Williams go 1-2. Avila slides into third. Rick Mayne trying to grab that spot away. Went to the bottom. Everybody fanned out all the way around. They are 3 and 4 wide. Oh, Tanner Pettit up the hill in 3 and 4. Slid the car out. He's going to keep it going. He's going to get it back on a racing service, but he's going to drop all the way to the 22nd spot. Let's take a look in the middle of the field because they are still racing 3 wide. Reynolds, Croakey, Smith were right there together. Way up high, Dean Reynolds, little bobble on the cushion. He's able to get it back up underneath him. No harm, no foul. Everybody keeps going. Let's take a look right in here. This is about 6th place. Ashton Mueller right behind him. Corinta, Bowman. That's Matt Grimm in the 91. Everybody battling for inches on the racetrack. Three wide again out of turn number 2. That's Johnny Anderson, who came in from the B main. He is up here already up to 13th. Carvin, he's following Kenny Hoffman. Those two are in the same B main a little bit ago, and now they're following each other up through the field. Hoffman already up inside the top 12. Going to be in the top 11 if he can get around Croaky. Clears him off 2, put him 11th. Bowen Smith is right in front of him, the KOTW champion. Let's go look at Ernie Williams because he's in a dogfight. He and Ryan Avila were side by side coming out of turn 2. Trevor Royer is ripping away from these guys. He's out here 6/10. It's about a dozen car lengths. The top 4 are single file. Behind that, it's kind of a madhouse as I see Ross Corinta slider on Ashton Mueller. Those two still battling. Now they're 3 wide. That was Noah Bowman in the 24. Pulling alongside. It looks like Bowen Smith is going to try to get in there too. All this happening right back here between about 6th. Oh, little contact. Good save. Ashton Mueller. It's from 6th on back to 10th right there. Kenny Hoffman is back in the mix in 11th. He is closing. They're running his way through this field. Remember, he started in row number 9 on the outside. Worked his way into the top 10, and he's still trying to come forward. Ross Corinta and Ashton Mueller going at it one more time. Ernie Williams now has the lead. Where is Trevor Royer? Trevor Royer has slid back to the 4th spot. He must have had a moment while we were going where maybe he dropped that right rear off the track a little bit. And now he is fighting just to get back to a podium spot. King Whiskers out front. We are halfway. Crossed flags that time by. Ryan Avila trying to win in his very first start. DSRL. Putting the pressure on the 91. We're going to be in lap traffic in a couple of laps here. Oh, that's Dean Reynolds. Dean Reynolds in 22nd. All 22 cars are still on the track. Williams opening the gap up a tiny bit. It was about a car and a half. Now it's about 4 cars. Blake Carrick up from the 7th starting position and into the top 3. Trevor Royer behind that. It's a little bit of a gap to Noah Bowman in 5th. Then Mueller, Main, Corinta, and Smith still going at it. Rick Main is right in that shot right there. Matt Grimm and Kenny Hoffman right behind. They run 10 and 11. Anderson in 12th. Croaky, Spangler, Chatham, Pettit. Craig Silby, the first retiree, takes the 7 car off to the pits. He'll have a 22nd finishing position. They are catching the lap car. I want to see if that lap car is going to become a factor in this, because we are now down to 10 to go. Avila looked a little low coming out of 3 and 4. Earl Williams goes right to the bottom. He thought that the lap car was going to go high. Blake Carrick now making a bid for the lead. He had it at the line that time. He works the very bottom of the racetrack, clears the lap car. He's ahead of Williams. Williams with a big run down the backstretch, not enough to get back to him. Blake Carrick trying to win in his first DSRL start. So a wily veteran surrounded by a couple of rookies, and there's your rookie mistake. That'll put Williams back out front. Avila now sees the opening. He can't go get it because Williams has the high side. 6 to go. Royer is back up to third. Blake Garrett got the lead. Jumped out the side window down in turn number 2. Wave lap, 5 to go. Williams still out front. Four to go. Williams still has the point. This time Avila was side by side. Now Avila goes to the front. Williams follows him into the corner. Stays a little wider. Will he have a big run? Try the slider in 1 and 2. He will not. 2 to go this time by Royer. Finally is going to clear the lap car of Reynolds. We're watching the leaders. 2 to go this time. Gap starting to open up. Avila starting to get away from Williams. It's going to be a white flag, and now Avila easily out in front. 8 car lengths. Williams, Royer, then Bowman and Mueller. Top 3 have no pressure. Coming out of 4, we went flag to flag. Ryan Avila picks up the win. Ernie Williams second. Trevor Royer in third. Noah Bowman, Ashton Mueller 4 and 5. Ryan Avila will win in his debut at DSRL. Wait for the drivers to come around so we can chat with them. Hoffman was 6th. Good run for Kenny Hoffman. That is hard charger for the 90. Picked up 12 spots. Bowen Smith in 7th. Carinta 8th. Pettit 9th. Main 10th. 11th to Grimm. Chatham in 12th. Spangler 13th. Sebeski 14th. Anderson 15th. Jones is 16th. Croakey in 17th. Tiny Dancer was 18th. Reynolds 19th. Carrick 20th. After the mistake with just a handful of laps to go, he got the lead. Slid out the top of turn number 2. He finishes 20th. Bandy and Silby round out the field. Just waiting for our drivers to make their way into our chat tonight. I know they'll all make it. It's just a matter of when. Ryan Avila registered for the series about 20 minutes before the server went live, comes in, and with just 3 or 4 laps to go, takes the lead away from Ernie Williams, and he'll go to victory lane in his first attempt. There's Ryan. So we can definitely get him. Ta-da. Into the waiting room. Now we're just waiting for the Black Diamond guys, and I know Trevor Royer knows his way over here. I am just, oh wait, you know what? I better look, because those guys sometimes come in and they go in the, okay, we'll go up here. We'll just move and then we'll grab them. All right, let's grab our 3rd place finisher. Trevor Royer, you got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
Well, yeah, you get a good draw for your heat, finally. You win your heat race, you start on the pole, and you had to battle just to stay 3rd tonight.
Yeah, I felt good early, but I kind of felt like the bottom was gonna start going away. I just didn't know when, and yeah, I think Ernie and I made contact coming out of 4, and I went from 1st to 4th in a straightaway. And honestly, I probably had a 4th place car. I kind of lucked into this podium because of Tanner going off, but yeah, we'll take it. I don't know what it's been with this track lately. I just do not feel comfortable on the top of this place. the goal was to just complete the 30 laps really, and not go off the edge, because I've been doing that quite a bit.
Now, this place is tough enough, and when that cushion gets super thin like it was tonight, and it looked like it was very thin tonight, it's pretty easy to jump out the window here.
Yeah, and 3 and 4, I feel like I can run it pretty hard. The exit of 4 was like 3. Entering into 3, I could drive it in hard, but then 4 on the exit just got so slick. I felt like I was babying it out of 4, and then in 1 and 2, I'm afraid to try to lean my right rear on the cushion, because it seems like I don't know what it is. I can't figure out how to get it to stick up there. I'll go right off the edge. So I don't know if you noticed, I was kind of running a lane down and kind of searching in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, once everyone was committed to the top, I could run down there, but 1 and 2 is a mystery to me.
Yeah, well, this entire racetrack is a mystery to me. It is just so confusing. No matter where I run, I seem to find a way to jump out the window myself. But awesome run tonight, man. It's good to see you running up front, contending. Give me some shout-outs and thank yous before I let you head out.
Yeah, thank you. Black Diamond Motorsports, Ultimate Dirt TV, 19 Designs, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Everybody on my team that shows up and runs. Tough night for Alec. He kind of bit himself in the heat race, and that was a tough B main he had to run, and just wasn't able to get it done. Good run to Ernie. Congrats to Ryan on the win, and yeah, Pettit was fast too, so we'll see what happens next week. Thanks, Roger.
All right, buddy. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the run. We'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you.
Trevor Royer finishing in third. Now we'll move on to his teammate. He led quite a bit of it. He got nipped at the end. Whiskers, what in the world happened?
Yeah. You guys just better than me, man. What do you mean? You watched it. You just passed me. I couldn't do nothing with it. I tried. He's just better than me. He should be too.
Well,
no,
you
them
got
boys
out.
are good, man. They run a lot, and you know what I mean, well deserved. I'm not a slouch or anything, but he was just a little bit better than me, especially late. But we'll take second though.
Got out front. Car looked pretty good. It looked like you were able to kind of move where you wanted to be, but you were running the top, and he was running the top right there behind you. He was about a half a car width lower. Do you kind of, knowing that now, wish you'd have moved down just that little bitty bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see that line, man. That's a fine line, you know what I mean? And I didn't really think it was that wide, or I figured he would start passing me. I was wondering why he was behind me for so long, you know what I mean? Because I know he's a good driver. I figured he was fast. Going in that there's a handful of guys out here that's going to have some speed. So, when they get to you, you're like, okay, you get to judge how fast you are, you know what I mean? When he got behind me and he stayed back there for a while, I was like, okay, maybe this is the line, you know what I mean? So I kept running it. Yeah, I'd miss it every once in a while. I see him, but then I'd get back in front of him. Then I'd run up there for a while, you know what I mean? And would never show his face. I didn't know if he was just waiting. I mean, he could have been doing that, but I don't know. He just, I felt like the line, but the last 5, 6, 7 laps coming out of 4, I was spinning so bad out of 4. I tried to adjust my wing a little bit, but it was getting me tight down at 1 and 2. So it was one of them give and takes where I was just a little bit, where he was getting me. That's where he could get a good run. Coming out of 4, he could slide me, and he could pull off of 4 a little bit better than I could get off of 4. And that was about the only thing my car was lacking, was just a little bit of bite off of 4. I could have probably held him off if I could have kept a little bit of speed in 4. But then I didn't really want to run the cushion, because I didn't want to just jump up there. I done ran 25 laps in the middle of the track. So I was like, man, do you jump up there and, donk off a second place, or, just working around, maybe he'll screw up and you can get underneath him or something. But he's tough to beat. The boys are tough to beat.
An awesome run, man. You're going to come home in second. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous. I'll let you get out of here tonight.
Yep, congratulations on Ryan on the win, Trevor on third. Dirt Racing Network for putting it on. Roger, you did an awesome job. Can't wait to go back and watch it. Black Diamond Motorsports, you guys, Trevor, everybody back at the shop, Nate, Alec, all of us. Put in a little bit of time, come out here, have a little bit of fun, man. I'm glad you allow us to come in and do that and enjoy the racing. And it's a stacked field every Monday night, so you come in here and you get to test your car out and see how good you are. And thanks for the fans for watching, and we'll see you next week, Bob.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the runs. Good to see you up front. I'll look forward to seeing you back next week. Ernie Williams finishing in second, and now in the debut, he breaks in and he took it away. from a veteran here in the series, Ryan Avila. That is a way to start your DSRL career for sure.
Yeah, it's a pretty good way of showing my patience that I have. But no, I waited for about 25 laps and made my move just work.
Yeah, it looked like you were just kind of following and sizing up a little bit there. That cushion looked like it was just getting thinner and thinner and thinner at the top. And a couple of guy took the lead from you and Ernie, and he kind of, found out how thin the cushion was. He jumped out the window over there in turn number 2. Did you see that happen?
I was actually in Discord with him, but no, that kind of showed me that another line was in, but just knew that we were all following each other and kind of waiting for a mistake. But no, kind of unfortunate that happened. No, I waited for my move, and obviously it made it stick, and just kind of kept running the top in 1 and 2. But 3 and 4, it kind of started to move down, and just with mine and Ernie's experience, we kind of know that how eeach other race. So no, it's pretty good.
Well, flag to flag in here tonight at Lernerville. That is a rarity. I don't care where you go. You only had to pick up 3 spots to get here. From the heat races on, just looked like you were very comfortable in this group and on this racetrack, and it looks like it all came together.
Yeah, I really got to thank Tanner Pettit. Setups are amazing anywhere we go. Obviously, 30-lap race, you expect to fall off a little bit, and I never felt my car getting worse. So, no, I definitely expected a caution there. I mean, early, late, whatever it would have been. But, no, just like I said, played patient, and definitely would have probably helped with a caution and kind of space ourselves out a little bit. And but, no, just kind of made my laps very short and make the track as wide as I possibly could.
Well, an awesome run, man. I hope I get to see you back with the 410 guys next week right back here. So give me some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you head out.
I got to thank all the guys over at Tanner Pettit Racing, Jimmy P. Mac Tools, 1425 Photography, Ethan Johnson over at Free Speed, helping with the late model stuff, Trackside Collective, Aces Up SimSport, Mom and Dad for obviously watching every week, and yeah, hopefully 410s next week.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. 1 for 1. See if you can go 2 for 2 next week. Thanks for chatting with us, buddy.
Thank you.
That is Ryan Avila picking up the win here in his debut in the series. And I had high expectations for 3 or 4 of those guys, and all of them did very well. Kenny Hoffman always does well. Ryan, I expected him to do well. I think Mr. Croakey got a little bit of a tough break, and he ended up kind of down low, but had high expectations. He ran towards the top 10 for quite a while there. So it's a lot of fun. Blake Carrick, I had no doubts that he would go to the front. I did not expect him to have that mistake. Once he kind of got to the lead, I expected him to kind of run away and hide with this thing. But he'll be back. He'll recoup from that, and he'll show himself again when he comes back the next time. I want to thank all of you for being here with us tonight. We saw some fantastic racing. Big blocks, no cautions. And in here tonight in the sprint cars, no cautions all night long. So the place to be is at Dirt Slingers Racing League, www.dirtslingersracing.com, and get registered for your series. There's only 3 or 4 weeks left in the both seasons, but summer season will kick off right after the Sprints for Freedom on July 7th. I think it's going to be the 21st of July will be the first race back. So make sure that you get registered up for all that. Thanks for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do it. Without all the great leagues giving us awesome racing like we saw again here tonight on a Monday, nothing for us to cover. So high fives, pats on the back all the way around to everybody for that. Till we see you the next time, peace and love to you all. Keep the rough side facing down. Keep it dirty for